Mr. Christensen here. I'm going to be doing example 3 from P5, solving by completing the square. So the question is solve 4x squared minus 20x plus 17 equal to 0 by completing the square. Now, if you look at our problem, the first thing that we've done is divide by 4. We want x squared with a leading coefficient of 1. So that's the first division. Now, before we get to the next piece of this, and then I guess we can, we subtract 17/4 from both sides, and we get x squared minus 5x. Now, to complete the square, we need to add something to both sides of the equation that will give us a perfect square of x squared minus 5x plus something. So let me give you a little side example. Okay, so here are some perfect squares. And and I chose even ones, so we don't deal with fractions, but one of the things that makes these perfect squares is the fact that the middle term, when you take half of it and then square it, becomes the constant that you add. So when you look at x squared minus bx plus something, and you want it to equal x minus b squared, x minus b squared, that value needs to be half the middle term squared. That's the value we want to add to both sides in order for this to work. So in the example we're doing here, now we're going to jump down to the real. So far we just solved the equation for x squared minus 5. Now what we do is we take half the middle term, negative 5 halves, and square it, and we add that to both sides of the equation. The reason we do that is this becomes the quantity x minus 5 halves squared, and the negative 17/4, and do a little work on the side here, negative 17/4, when you square this, it becomes a positive number, 25/4. Okay, and 25 minus 17 is 8, so that is 8/4, which reduces to 2. So that gives us this portion of the equation. Now we're back to solving by roots. We take the square root of both sides, which gives us plus or minus root 2. Then we move the 5 halves by adding it to both sides, and you have your solution. So the solutions are x is 5 halves plus root 2, which is approximately 3.91, and x equals 5 halves minus root 2, which is approximately 1.09.